Hi everyone, after finishing the resource leveling, if you manage to complete whatever I've done in the previous video, that's great. Otherwise, I'll put this video, this project as a resource so you can just download it and then use this one following from now. Because if you recall, initially we had concrete as 15 days, but right now after resource leveling, it is 16 days. So please start working on this project. And right now, what you have here, I'm gonna just teach you what it means if you wanna do effort-driven scheduling. If you recall, I talked about the work and also duration and unit. And this simple formula shows that the duration multiplied by unit equals to the work. So imagine you have a task that takes 10 days and then you work 8 hours per day. The total work hours for this task would be 80 hours. That's for one resource. Imagine you add another resource and then they work 10 days, 8 hours each. Then the total work hours for that task is 160 hours of work. For effort driven, it means that the resources, it's gonna, if you add additional resources to the task, it would be able to change the duration of the work, so that the task total work stay the same, but as you add resources, the duration will change. And it makes sense because let's say if you have, for example, two workers that are working on one task, if you add 2 additional, so the task duration should go down. So that's the type of effort driven. And I'm gonna talk about different task types here in the MS project for you to remember. So these 3 simple parameters that you see here and this simple formula is kind of simple to calculate, but sometimes hard to understand. And we have 3 types of tasks. We have fixed duration task, we have fixed unit task, and fixed work task, and we will see it together in a second in the software. So I'm gonna just go back to the software and start to see these finishes, which is 15 days of work. Please click on the detail and open this window. And right now it shows that I have the task form view, but you can change it to any other view that you would like. But for the moment, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just keep it as the task form. So I have finishes, contractor, and the project manager working here for 15 days, and then the start and the finish date that I have here. But I'm gonna just add one more resource here, and I'm gonna just click here. As you see, I say this task is effort driven, which means that the total number of hours of work for this task is not going to change. And as you start adding resources to this task, work resources, then the duration is gonna decrease. Let's see, if you wanna see how many hours of work this task should take, you just click here, right click on the detail window and click on the work. That's great. You see that the first resource has 120 hours of worth of work and 12 hours for this project manager. In total is 132 hours of work, and we will see later as well how you are able to visualize it all together. So it's 132 hours of work, 15 days. But if I add a resource, what will happen? Imagine that I go here and I add Amy Phillips to the project, and I say if I press OK, let's see and take a look at the duration. Let's see what happens. By default, the software assumes that she put 100% of her time, which means 8 hours of work, to the project, and then calculate how much of the work is done by her and how much is done by the finishes contractor. And it calculates the percentage and the number of work hours somehow that the total work hours is 132 hours, but the duration is right now reduced to 7.86 days. I could change this as well, and then I press Ctrl Z and again add Amy, press enter, and here instead of 100% I just press 10% and I press OK. So as you see here, again, the total work is the same, 132 hours, but the amount of work that Amy and the project manager are doing is the same, because they have 10% putting on this, for example, a task, and then the finishing contractor, the number of work that he has to, hour work that he has to do is reduced right now. So that's the effort driven scheduling. So if you want, you can just change all the tasks to effort driven and then work as effort driven. That's the norm. You can do it. It depends, but I suggest if your task has the nature of that you add resources and then the duration of the task reduces, then you can put it on effort driven. And then you add resources and you reduce the amount of the duration of the work. And this is kind of called also crashing the project. So if you have heard of the crashing a schedule, that's it means adding resources to your project, to one specific task in order to make it happen. So if you want to crash a project, I suggest you put it on effort driven. So I'm going to just also show you, add a column here that you are able to see the effort driven task, or if they are not effort driven. But I also mentioned that about the task type, we have 3 types of tasks. Fixed duration, which means if I put this fixed duration, no matter what setting, no matter how many resources I add, then this task is fixed and has a fixed duration. What type of task could have such a feature? Think about the meetings. Think about the meeting. If a meeting has, let's say, 2 hours, and then you have to present something to, let's say, to your client, then as you add resources, as you add many people to the meeting, the number of hours for that task is not going to reduce. And by nature, you kind of understand, if you add people to the meeting, might be take even longer. So it's not going to help to reduce the duration of that task. It might also take it longer. So that's the fixed duration. That's one type of activity, task type that you can define for your task. We have fixed unit, and the fixed unit that I mentioned about it in the beginning, and we have fixed word. And the fixed word, if you put fixed word, you see that the effort driven is inactive, and that's the same thing, because your work is not going to change, and then as you add resources, then it's gonna reduce the duration. It's sometimes hard to understand this, but what I'm gonna do for you to help you, I'm gonna just put a resource at the end of this video, and it has different type of task type and what are the impacts. So let's say if you have fixed duration, then the software fix the duration, but according to the formula that I showed in the beginning of the video, then the work and unit will change. So in order to keep one parameter fixed, the other 2 parameters should change in order to keep one fixed. If I put it on fixed unit, then what parameter changes? Work and duration. And if I put it on fixed work, the duration and unit will change. And we saw an example here. The duration and unit change in order to be able to honor the logic of scheduling. So I'll put those resources, and I put an additional link for you to study and see the impact. But usually the way it works, the fixed unit and effort driven together are type of, for example, task or features that you add to your task, and normally you use these. But for meeting or those tasks that I just mentioned, be cautious not to use effort driven. And if you want to see if your tasks are effort driven, just click on your Gantt chart, click on insert column, and then you put effort driven, the parameter pops up, and then right now I just make my Gantt chart where I can just remove the detail, and I see that the only task that is effort driven is these finishes, which is 4.4 in the W, but the other are not. So if I want to change these to yes, I can just click here and say, okay, for example, one activity, one task is yes, effort driven. And if I want to just copy this, I can copy one parameter and just scroll here and I say, okay, fill down these as this feature, or this is a great feature. I don't know if you have used it or I mentioned about it, but you can just right click on many of these selected and then click on fill down, and then the upper parameter is populated all along the cell, so it is effort driven. So right now if I change between the tasks, you see that they are all effort driven. And if I want to see the task type, I haven't changed all. If I want to see the task type or task, okay, and then I put, just give me 1 second, it's in the automatic mode. I'm gonna just check the task type as well for, so you click on the insert column and then type and then you see the type of, for example, task type that you see. Just 1 point, you see that the summary task like this, they are fixed duration. It's not possible because they are the duration of these tasks, they don't have their own duration. The duration is coming from the calculation that are here. So what I do, I just undo everything. I don't save the project, and I consider that my tasks are not effort driven and they are all fixed unit, and then I continue working from these for from now on the project. So you use the same project that I put in the beginning of this video. Don't save it and continue working. You're doing great. I'll see you in the next video.